Okay, so for the class, go ahead and put Unit 2, Notes 3. We are evaluating expressions. Now remember, an expression is like an equation, but it just doesn't have an equal sign. All right, what is an algebraic expression? It's an expression that contains one or more variables. Now, variables are just letters since we don't know the value of the letter unless it's given to us. All right, to evaluate, we will substitute the variables with their given values. What that means is that you will plug in numbers for the letters, and you'll see down below when we do that how to do it. So you substitute the variables, then you follow the order of operations. Which is PEMDAS. Okay, one more thing. When it says evaluate, I know that we struggle with this word. All right, that just means to simplify, solve, or find the value of something. So let's just put it in terms that's easiest for you guys. So solve. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at number 1. So it says 7x minus 2y. Now, that's the expression that we're given, and they actually told us that x equals 4 and y equals 3. All right, so now we want to plug those values in and then solve or evaluate. So x equals 4, which means my 4 is going to go right here. And y equals 3, so y will go right here. Or 3 will go right there. Now, when a letter and a number are next to each other, so like right here, it says 7x. Do we remember what this means? We just went over it a couple days ago. So that means to multiply. So when you plug that 4 in, your answer, you're not going to have 74. That's not what that means. You will be doing 7 times 4. Minus 2 times y, but they said y is 3. So 2 times 3. Now we can solve. 7 times 4 is 28. Bring down my subtraction symbol, and 2 times 3 is 6. 28 minus 6 is 22. If this part does not make sense to you, stop the video here and ask for help. All right, let's go on to number 2. We have a squared plus 2b. Remember, a squared just means a times a. But now they want us to replace those letters with the numbers 4 and 5. So they said if a equals 4, so we're going to put 4 in there instead of a. Squared plus 2 times b. And again, we're filling in that 5 for b. Now we have 4 squared plus 2 times 5. What does 4 squared mean? 4 times 4. So we get a 16 plus, and 2 times 10 gives us, or 2 times 5 gives us 10. We get an answer of 26. Now using PEMDAS, remember it's parentheses first. Our 5, there was nothing else we could do inside those parentheses. So I moved on to exponents. I did my exponent, which is right here, right? That little 2. Now you may have noticed at the same time, I kind of did it in one step, my exponent and my multiplication. I did that because they were separated with this plus sign right here. So I could do 2 things in one step. If you want to use multiple steps to get there, that's fine. Since we're not going over order of operations right now, I'm just trying to make it quicker. All right, let's move on. We'll do one more together. Number 3, it says -8 minus b. So I'm going to rewrite everything that has a number. So -8 minus. Now b, we need to fill in our value for b, which is -5. Don't forget that negative sign, it's very important. And I put it in parentheses just so that those two negative symbols were separate. Don't forget the rest of our equation or our expression. So plus 6 times c. C is 2. Now again, if you're confused at all, I just replaced b and c with the values over here that we were given. All right, now I can go ahead and solve. We have -8. These two change, and we replace it with a plus sign. So this is still in parentheses. And then plus 6 times 2. All right, -8 plus 5 will get us -3. Plus 6 times 2 will get us 12. So our final answer is 9. You can always type that into your calculator. All right, I'll set up number 4, and then I want you guys to evaluate on your own. So we have -m. So m is 6. Don't forget this negative sign though, it needs to be negative. That's in parentheses, squared, and then minus 2 times m, m is still 6. So -6 squared, remember that means -6 times -6. Type that in your calculator if you don't know. Go ahead and pause here and solve the rest of the expression. Okay, you should have paused and hopefully you got an answer of 24. If you did not, go ahead and raise your hand, ask for help. Okay, moving on. I want you to pause again and pick a couple problems to do, at least 2 of these ones right here, and then play the video to get to see the correct answers. Okay, you should have paused the video and now you're playing it to just check your answers. For number 5, the answer was 13. Number 6, the answer is 0. Number 7, 468. And number 8 is 36. If you got any of these wrong, please raise your hand, ask for help. All right, let's flip on over to the back now. Okay. This is the same thing. We are just getting into more operations like division. So let's do one together. Okay, we have m divided by 2, which is being multiplied by 2m minus 4. Let's plug in m equals -8. So we have -8 on top, divided by 2, times 2. Don't forget that's multiplied by -8. Do not forget the negative sign. Minus 4. So I plugged this in right here and this in right here. Okay, -8 divided by 2. That will get us -4. 2 times -8 will get us -16. Don't forget our minus 4. Now we have to do what's inside the parentheses first. So we have -16 minus 4, which will get us -20. -4 times -20 will get us +80. All right, go ahead and do numbers 10, 11, and 12 on your own. Pause the video now. Remember, be careful with those negatives and use a calculator if you need to. Okay, you should have tried 10, 11, 12 on your own. So number 10 should have gotten -18. Number 11, you should have gotten -4. And number 12, -267. You can always use a calculator, but you do need to show your work. So make sure you know how to set up these problems and you know which steps to take. All right, moving on. If you want to do a couple more problems, then you can. But for now, we are just going to write in the correct answers. And if you need more practice, you can go ahead and try it and then make sure that you got these answers. Okay, I went through this one pretty quickly. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand, ask for help. Or if you want to try more on your own, do that also, and always ask for help.